referees for tonight's contest. Back judge is Steve Lingenfelter. Line judge Fred Perkins. Head linesman is Jack Lawson. The umpire is Mark Bartow. And tonight's referee, Rob Schauger. Bremerton Knights are coached by Paul Terrio. And the head coach of your Olympic Trojans is Sal Quintana.
Gig Harbor boots are fogged in. I usually don't do that, but I thought they were still in. Head coach of International. Sprinkle that in tonight, yeah? A little cherry on top.
Bremerton has won the toss. They have elected to receive. Your Trojans will be on deeper.
Welcome to West Sound TV presents High School Football 2018. We are at Silverdale Stadium this evening on another incredibly gorgeous fall evening, taking in the contest which has the Bremerton Knights visiting the Olympic Trojans. This is a huge 2A Olympic League matchup. They both come in at 2-2, and there are only 4 playoff spots, and there are about 4 different teams that are fighting for number 3 and 4. So this should be a great battle tonight. I'm Kitty Campagna on this microphone. I have Spencer Anderson running our camera and our computer because he is Mr. Multitask. And on the other microphone, we have Dave Ziesner.
Playoff implications. Right at almost to the end of the year. Everybody looks forward to this end of the year part of the game. It's huge. This is fun times.
Well, they come in, like I say, 2-2. Olympic actually won the toss and declined, so they will kick off to Bremerton. Bremerton comes in as mainly an all-running team, and Olympic has some difficulties stopping that run. Olympic comes in as mainly a passing team, but that could be a whole different story tonight because number 3, Zeke Gillick, their starting quarterback, was one of the captains out there, but not dressed for the game.
Little pooch.
He's breaking to the outside. Nice try, but about 4 different Olympic guys come in. That was Keyshawn White with the reception and brings it out to the 33.
Keyshawn just couldn't get around the edge. He was looking for blockers, and Olympic had it stopped. Great special teams by Olympic.
The quarterback is going to be Abraham Parrish. Abraham is a senior. Hands off to number 2, Rashid Joyner. Joyner is their leading rusher this year, has 93 rushes for 812 yards and 12 touchdowns.
That's a really good year for him. He's the key on the running game.
They've got a 3 yards on that. It will be 2nd and 7, 25 in motion, but the quarterback's going to keep it. He's got a good, he may even have the first down, but we'll see a flag go in at the end.
Nice run. He kept his legs just moving, and they couldn't bring him down. You got to go at the legs to get him down.
A block in the back against Bremerton. That's going to negate anything that would have been a first down there.
And that was almost at the end of the play when that happened. Man, you got to just hold on and say, no, I don't need to do this.
It might come from that famed Bush push. Instead of pushing his own runner, he must have pushed somebody else in the back. That will move them back 10, I believe.
Boy, that negates a great run by Parrish. He had about a 10-yard gain.
It will again be second down, this time 2nd and 9. Parrish in the shotgun. About 5 people in motion, and there are flags going with that. This outside run really isn't going to do him any good. That was number 6, Parrish, with it.
Yeah, how many did you see in motion? It was many.
If I hadn't had the binoculars up to me, I might have caught the rest of them. That is a no-no, according to several of the guys in stripes. Bremerton liking the ball control game. Right now they're using up clock just by running plays with penalties.
And that's how you control a ball game, is if you can run the ball almost all night and you're not a threat passing, and that keeps Olympic off the field because Olympic is so quick.
Well, Bremerton comes off of a 50-0 win over Kingston. And Olympic comes off of a 49-26 loss to Forks. Oh, he's found a lane and no one's catching him at the moment. Hit him out of bounds.
Number 25, Ryan Saylor, the ball carrier.
That is Saylor, Ryan Saylor with the ball. Any Bremerton fan will recognize that last name. There have been Saylors around.
That's a nice gain of about 25 yards. He got around the edge and he was down the sideline.
They are now in a Trojan territory on the 43-yard line, 1st and 10.
And again, big, huge run for Bremerton. If they can control the clock, they got a chance to win this.
Second man through with the ball. He gets a solid 6 yards.
Rashid Joyner for the gain. It's about a 9-yard gain. We got somebody down, number 76 of Bremerton. Marcus Wilkerson, a 5'11" senior, 190 pounds.
The crew coming out there. The athletic trainer is Catherine Januzetsky.
And you know what I like is Scott Peck, the trainer from Olympic High School, is coming out from the other sideline and making sure that he's okay. That's class.
You see that at all the football games. They're both sides. Trainers may wear colors, but they care about the kids. Both sides on a knee right now. .30 remaining here in the first quarter of the Olympic League action.
Next week we got some games coming up that are huge.
We have Ole at North Kitsap, which is the one that we will be covering up there. North Mason at Port Angeles, and that is really huge because that could be among those number 3s and 4s. Squim at Bremerton, and then Tenino's at Kingston.
I'm so glad that Port Angeles has got that program going again. That has been in, and then kind of the pits for them for a couple years back, and almost got a 500 record now.
Well, it's pretty crazy because Bremerton lost to Port Angeles 28-9, but Olympic beat Port Angeles 55-6. So if you're comparing in that way, but you can't
compare.
You just can't. You have to know what the systems are doing. And they are coming to help the gentleman off the field. That's another one of the where no weight on the one leg.
It's like the left leg. Boy, I hope everything's okay.
That will bring up 2nd and 3 for Bremerton. They are at the Olympic 36. Gives it to the man coming around the corner. That's number 2. He finds a seam and then makes his own seam all the way down to the 15. That's Rashid Joyner again. Joyner, a senior.
Joyner was patient on that. He was looking for his blocks. He waited for his blocks. And as soon as he had that big hole, he went right through it. Gain almost about 15 yards.
All the way into the red zone on the Olympic 15.
So far, Bremerton's just really easy drive on this one, just getting through the holes.
Parrish doing a good job of directing. One man in motion, gives it to his first guy. But Olympic sniffs that out, and there's a no gain, possibly even a loss.
Olympic's lineman, I didn't see who it was, but he faked a blitz, and it changed the play a little bit. And it put Olympic to get a good push on the runner.
2nd and 10. This year, from what I had seen, their regular kicker had not tried a field goal, but we saw a brand new kicker out there tonight who was making some. Oh, it may not matter. Number 2, Joyner takes it in. Bremerton starts out with a great run, and they are up 6-0 at the 9:20 mark.
I think that was about a 16-yard touchdown run. Almost wasn't touched. He got through that little hole and made it through. That's a great drive by Bremerton off the bat.
Well, especially since they had a couple of penalties in there that looked like they were going to stall him, but they did not let that happen. That one big chunk of run that happened by Joyner, and then he is rewarded with the touchdown run as well.
And the holes are large. When the runners get through those holes, they're huge. So I give credit for the offensive line for Bremerton on that drive.
The new kicker, this is Aiden Harvey. Uh-oh. And that gets away from the holder, and no extra point.
Yeah, that snap was in the ground. That's hard to grab a football from the ground.
It does make it difficult.
It is. Mm-hmm. Okay, it could be an offensive night, because I do see an offensive night tonight, because Olympic's very good. Quick, they can move the ball.
I'm not sure who is starting at quarterback. As I pointed out earlier, we know that Zeke Gillick is hurt, and Anthony Turso has taken some time under the center. He's a junior. I've also seen where number 17, Dylan Bashi-Perry, has had some time. But there were rumors that both quarterbacks were hurt, and I don't know which are the both. So we'll
find out.
We'll wait and see, won't we? Now a little not change. Zach Story, who's been kicking off for Bremerton all year, he is still the man doing that job. Zach is a 5'10", 148-pound senior.
Right now, Anthony Turso is warming up down on the sideline, number 12.
Number 2, Darrell White. Number 1, Malcolm DeWald. And number 24, Clayton Tallarico. 8 and 2 cities to pick up Zachary Story.
So back for Olympic. Looks like number 2. And they aren't going to let 25's going to pick that up. Realizes it's in his hands. He keeps a good grasp, brings it out to the 32. That's Taylor Andrews.
Vincent Martonka, 6'1", 180-pound senior, was the tackle. There is a flag against Bremerton.
Or so says Darrell White. And I have a feeling the senior might know what he's talking about.
Face mask.
So our men in stripes, who are those guys tonight, Dave?
Oh, Rob Schauger is the head referee, umpire Mark Bartow. Jack Lawson is head linesman. Fred Perkins, the line judge. Back judge is Steve Langenfelter.
And you saved them the trip all the way up the stairs by bringing those cards up, and we really appreciate when they share that information with us.
That paper was heavy when I had to bring it up.
I'm going to exchange it for the equipment I brought up, Dave. Absolutely. We're hoping that brand new Central Kitsap field will have an elevator up to the press box, but we kind of doubt it.
We hear it's almost like this press box.
All right. Maybe a little less steep on the stairway. Olympic starts out 1st and 10. Hand off to Darrell. No, that is Brock Chris. No, Malcolm DeWalt, sorry. I was looking on the wrong side.
Boy, wide open down the sideline. He got a couple key blocks on the left-hand side. Yeah, he had one man to beat, and that one man forced him to the sideline.
When we talked about them being such a big passing team, and that was with Gillick, he had 1,407 yards passing so far this year. But if you can get a run like that out of DeWalt, you aren't going to need to put it in the air. And it is Terso behind center, again to DeWalt. He's just finding all the openings he can. He's still, oh, there goes the ball, though. And everybody piles on that baby. Bremerton says they have it. We'll see if that's the case.
Yeah.
And it is.
Sometimes when you're trying to get through that extra hole, you're giving that extra little push and you don't want to go down. Then your body starts to move differently and you can't hold on to the ball. And that's what happened. Sometimes you just got to go down.
Well, you're really correct because he had his back turned to the defenders and just seemed to lose control at that point. But, you know, you always like the effort when you're getting those extra yards, and DeWalt is very skilled at that. So Bremerton gets the ball, 1st and 10 on their own 16. They're going to go with their running game as well.
That's a big turnover by Olympic. He's driving. They were on about the 15-yard line in the red zone, and you give up the ball.
2-yard gain on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down.
That was Ryan Saylor with the carry. He had 2 yards, making it 2nd and 8. Last time Bremerton had a starting spot of about the 35, so quite a bit farther back. Again to Saylor. Saylor's on the outside. He's way past that first down marker out to the 32. And as you pointed out, Dave, right now they're not having a whole lot of difficulty getting yards on their running game.
Especially around the edge. Through the middle, they're not gaining big yardage, but it's the edge that they're very successful right now.
Bruce Laulu coming off to the sideline, looking as if he might be injured. Little hitch in his giddy-up.
Yeah.
Abraham Parrish, the senior, doing a nice job of sharing the ball. There was some movement,
Actually, which was caused by Olympic. The back linebacker was going to blitz, and that made him move just a hair.
He may have entered the neutral zone. I believe they're discussing that right now. But
they call that encroachment.
If he did, I think I'm not sure how they're going to.
Could be close.
Well, we'll watch. Schauger with the call.
Yeah, it was. Nice call. You saw that one.
Well, I knew it was going to be close. You saw movement, and that will give them a free 5 yards, 1st and 5. Already at the 36.
Olympic with 3 down linemen. They play a 4-3 actually.
Number 45, Capo Ratome in the backfield. And he's trying to get a little extra yardage there. Not enough for a 1st down, but we'll make it 2nd and 2.
Yeah, when you got a 1st and 5 on that, when you can just run a couple plays and get that 5 yards.
Well, on the year, he's not run a lot. He had 11 rushes for 127 yards and 1 TD. So, but he obviously has a lot of strength right there. 6 foot, 170.
If you have multiple threats, boy, you can almost give it to anybody.
Oh, different gentleman they handed off to Parrish this time. Almost got the 1st down.
I think he got it right at the sticks, but I think he got it.
I'm not sure who was behind center on that, though. Kilo Lagova was behind center. He's the one I knew as quarterback prior to this.
We haven't seen one pass yet from Bremerton, because if you're successful running, you're going to run the ball.
That is a first down, as you pointed out. 7 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Bremerton with a 6-0 lead over the home Trojans. And the quarterback keeper.
We're going to have a personal foul against number 5, I believe, of Olympic. He put his head right into the runner there. I hope it doesn't.
That was Parrish with the run again.
Oh, block in the back. I saw.
That is the second block in the back called against Bremerton on a running play. You expect that maybe on a run back.
Yeah.
You don't see that called as often. It more like a hold, something like that, when you're in your main offense.
And 2 in the first quarter. I really thought there was going to be a personal foul head to head, but they didn't call it.
They count off 10 yards. It will remain first down, 1st and 15.
Number 10 of Olympic, the free safety way in the backfield. He's moving up a little bit. He's the key right there if long runs.
Second runner through with that. That is Parrish. He gets back to almost the original line of scrimmage. 2nd and 11. Well, don't you think that the man back there might get a little bored if there is no passing?
Like a soccer goalie back there.
Exactly. That is Adam Johnson.
But when you're a free safety like that, you've got to be really smart. You've got to know the game.
Blitz, but that was blocked. Finding the hole.
Fumble.
And now the ball's going to go possibly to Olympic.
Maybe.
Bremerton able to get the ball back after the fumble.
Oh, my. That ball just squirted up in the air.
3rd and 3.
Yeah.
Not quite to the 50-yard line. Looking to enter Olympic territory.
Oh.
All kinds of flags once again.
That's our second illegal shift with Bremerton.
Multiple penalty markers down on the field. That'll be another illegal shift against the Knights.
Oh, that's just 2 of them. First quarter, that's just odd.
Well, and as they said, I believe that is one where they should have blown it dead immediately, because there's otherwise, obviously, Olympic would not have taken the penalty.
You heard whistles, but half of them stopped and half of them didn't.
That will give Bremerton one more opportunity.
That's a big penalty because it's on the 43-yard line right now. And boy, if they don't get the first down, Olympic should have good field position.
3rd and 8. What most people might think is a typical passing situation.
Again, it's the same thing.
And he is going to pass, but to the wrong side. Interception. That is number 5, Ethan Kitavis.
That ball was really overthrown over the receiver. It's about 3 yards, a little high. There's a flag on the play, right at the end of the play.
There's a couple of flags on the play.
Another block in the back, maybe.
Olympic ball either way, it comes at the end of that play.
Boy, the back judge threw that from about 20 yards away. I'm just kind of curious what he saw.
Fair amount of conversation happening with our officials right now. Olympic players listening in, trying to figure out what's happening next.
For this length of time of talking, could it be one against Bremerton, one against Olympic?
It could.
Offsetting.
There is a chop block and a targeting to the head. Now, I don't know. We've seen them go one way and then the other way lately, so.
That's is that an unsportsmanlike for the targeting? And if he doesn't get the boot.
Chain gang waiting to set up. They are going to go over to the we need lip readers, Dave.
Yeah.
And they
offsetting. But Olympic gets the ball.
1st and 10 on the 38. Another opportunity to either tie it up or take the lead. Hands it off to Malcolm DeWalt. He comes back the other way and only gets about 2 yards.
Number 50 of the Bremerton Knights there, McCord with Tommy with the stop.
McCoy leads his team with 44 tackles on the year. It's also one of their captains, 215-pound senior.
He stayed in his gap. He knew where the runner was, and he was patient.
He covers a couple gaps with his size. He is a good-sized kid. Terso back at quarterback, hands it off to his first option, but Bremerton figured that one out.
Number 4, number 17, and number 60 with the tackles of Bremerton. They're all there about Ethan Farley, Daryl Smith.
That was Clayton Tallarico with the loss.
Nice job by Bremerton on the big push from the defensive line.
Olympic trying to use their many different weapons. Terso looking for a pass, finds his receiver DeWalt out in the flat. DeWalt finds a lane, and he is far enough for the first down. There are no yellow flags.
Nice pass, on the run pass when you're moving like that, and it right into the receiver's hands.
That's one that looks so simple, but you are doing it. He's rolling out, and it was the pass was right on, led his man, so he could actually do some of that yak, yards after catch. 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. 6-0 lead for Bremerton, but Olympic is knocking at the door. First guy through, but Bremerton again ready for that.
Guess who, number 60 again, Derek Collins. Boy, he's everywhere tonight. Sure-handed. Grabbed him by the waist and just pulled him down. That's strength.
1 yard gain on the play, that'll bring up 2nd down and 9 for the Trojans.
They are at the 23, 2nd and 9. Go to the outside to Darrell White. Darrell, we know, has speed. He's going to use what he can. He's got the entire Bremerton. Oh, that's going to be a flag. Oh, and it's not yet.
I am so surprised, but
the result of the play will be good for another Trojan.
But that is a first down, 1st and 10 on the 6. Not 1st and 10, 1st and goal.
There should have been a flag from my angle to number 11 of Olympic. Kind of a little hold with the receiver running down the sideline. A little jersey grab. Guess it wasn't a penalty.
Ball on the 5-yard line. Bremerton stops him with about halfway to the goal line.
Nice push by Bremerton.
As well as number 45,
2nd and 3rd.
That was only a gain of about a yard.
Olympic trailing, trying to see if they can tie this up. Minute 32 still remaining in the first quarter. Man in motion. And not enough to get him into the end zone.
Bremerton right now is not fooled on this 3rd and goal. Another big push by Bremerton.
Well, Olympic has some pretty good speed, so you would think that some of that motion to the outside would work out well, but Bremerton keeping up pursuit.
Nice play fake by the quarterback of Olympic. But not fooling Bremerton.
3rd and goal to go. That's 2 yards. Quarterback is keeping it. He finds his receiver, number 10. That is Adam Johnson for the touchdown.
Yeah, rolling to his left. And that's hard to throw against the grain of your body. And then wide open in the end zone. Nobody within 5 yards of him. That's a good drive by Olympic.
They take advantage of the turnover, the pass interception, and take it into the end zone to tie it up at 6-6. Opportunity for their kicker now. He comes in with some pretty good stats. Joshua Kennedy, 19 of 23 on his PATs. And make that 20 of 24.
Boy, I've never seen him kick before, but he's got a leg.
Olympic Trojans 7, Bremerton Knights 6.
That will put Olympic ahead 7-6.
Joshua Kennedy's only a sophomore. When you can kick like that, and you're going to be when you're a senior, you're going to be looked at.
Well, he has only tried a couple, I think 3 field goals, made 1. So he's not been used as that particular weapon yet. .44 seconds before the first quarter ends. And Olympic with the kickoff. It will be Kennedy on the kickoff. Back for Bremerton. We have number 8. That's Kilo Lagova.
Boy, what a great evening for football. 60 degrees out, no rain in sight. Normally at this time, you're going to get rained on.
That's for sure. Right. Tony Garcia, the other man back there for Bremerton. Oh, we have had a phenomenal fall.
Oh.
I think it ends Tuesday, just so you know.
Yeah, let it rain.
Low line drive goes.
Did he hit it?
He is able to bring it out.
Oh,
and that is not,
what do we got?
That should not be a safety. He had it forward progress outside of the end zone, but he did have to go get it because I think he had touched it. Even if he hadn't, it is a live ball on a kickoff.
And that's where funny things happen, right at the corner of the end zone there, and goofy things. That ball, you don't know where it's going to bounce.
This is pretty consistent turf, but it can take some strange bounces out there. For homecoming night for the Olympic Trojans, they had that's a great special teams play. 1st and 10 with the ball on the 3-yard line. Working to get it out of the end zone, and they have a little bit of room now up to the 8-yard line. That's a solid 5-yard run.
Big hole again. Bremerton's just really getting the big push for their offensive line. Especially when you're on the 1-yard line.
Parrish with it. Coming around the outside, plenty for a first down.
I think that was Brock Chris, number 1, with the lead block. He actually was ahead of the quarterback, and he had a big block out on the left-hand side.
Well, coming into this game, we have Abraham Parrish with only 17 rushes for 114 yards, but that has changed. So right now, our little numbers have gone to 000, and at the end of one quarter, the Trojans lead the Knights 7-6. And we are back up and running. This is the start of the second quarter. We predicted that it could be a pretty close matchup tonight, and we were talking about how very important it is. It is a 7-6 lead, the Trojans over the Knights, and the Knights with the ball and moving it. They started out on their own 3, already out to the 23 with 1st and 10.
And a couple things, 1 turnover from each team, and they both capitalize on that turnover.
That time only 1 guy in motion. It's a whole new play. Several people going out of bounds with that. That is Ryan Saylor. He's one of their big cogs with 45 rushes on the year, 252 yards and 3 touchdowns.
I'm going to give credit to Olympics defensive line on that. They just, running back just could not get out around the edge, and Olympic was just patient.
2nd and 6 from the 28-yard line. Number 1 in motion. Number 2 in motion. 2 takes it, but there he manages to get a couple yards when it looked like he was going to be stopped in the backfield. That's Joyner.
Tackle made by number 21, Cameron
Yeah.
Bailey.
Number 21, Cameron Bailey with the tackle. He stayed with his man, and he could not get around the edge on that. Nice job by Cameron.
Cameron's one of the tackle leaders for this Trojan team. He has 34 tackles on the year and 3 sacks. This takes it to 3rd down and 3. That is number 2. That's Joyner, who has found a lane, and he is all the way out to almost the 45. Great blocking, opening up the hole, and then a little burst of speed at the end.
He got through the first part of that little run, and then it was wide open after that.
Turnover's the only thing that has stopped Bremerton tonight. They've been on the move the whole time. Parrish remains the quarterback. Hands that off to Joyner, but nothing doing. In fact, this is going to be a 3-yard loss.
Many Olympic Trojans on that tackle. What I just saw was the center, which I can't see the number from here. He's got his playlist on his wrist. He's looking at his wrist before he is going to snap the ball.
Number 52 is our center. He's not, no, he's listed. That is Isaac Cuevas Lopez. That is enough for some positive yardage. will make it about 3rd and 6.
Abraham Parrish with the run. He stayed low. When he got the ball, he was low. When you can do that, it's hard to tackle.
Olympic has them in a tough situation. Let's see if they can stop them on a 3rd down finally. Bremerton trying to get into Trojan territory. And that is not going to be enough. Joyner looked like he was just grabbed and trying to go, but couldn't go any farther.
Oh, we got a flag.
Looks like that's going to be a face mask against Olympic. And that will be a sad way to end such a tough defensive effort. Will not end. They'll have to continue with 1st down for Bremerton.
That's a tough penalty because Olympic played that really well. They stayed in their gaps, they were patient, and they just stayed and waited for the run and try to get through. If it's a face mask,
it
should be 15-yarder, but it's only a 5-yard penalty.
He has signaled. That was a definite face mask signal, but it's enough for a 1st down is what we know. It may have occurred behind the line of scrimmage and from the point of where the penalty happened. Clock is running, 9:17 still to go here in the 2nd quarter. Fakes as if he's passing, but there's nobody on the Olympic squad believing it. Again, some negative yardage there. Olympic stiffening.
Number 66 with the tackle. Ethan Keller.
Guess he actually just got back to the line of scrimmage. Marked as 2nd and 10 up on the board.
Boy, Olympic defense has played well this past couple minutes with they're just stopping Bremerton on the run.
Coming around the outside, he's finding a lane. And, oh, could not grab him down. Goes out at the 41, or the 39. That is Ryan Saylor.
Nice job with Adam Johnson of Olympic with the tackle. 6 foot, 160-pound junior.
That looked like that might go a little bit farther, but now it's 3rd and 3.
This is 4-down territory for Bremerton.
One of the things I've liked about tonight's game is, there goes that.
That's that.
Too much motion, illegal shift. But what I've liked is that they've been getting their plays in really quick. This game has been moving along quite nicely.
I don't think they take their full, is it 35 seconds when they?
I think it's 25.
20. They don't have a clock here. Yeah, false start.
False start on the Knights.
5-yard penalty. Replay.
That's going to make it a little bit harder. 3rd and 8 now.
Still 4-down territory for Bremerton. They have a lot of threats on the running game.
And they will call a timeout.
That's a smart timeout for Bremerton.
They are coached by Paul Terrio. This is his 2nd year as head coach. Yeah, 2nd or 3rd. His assistants are Tyson March, Derek Salisbury, Walter Brown, Luke Fletcher, Jeff Nielsen, and Larry Logan. And their athletic director is Casey Lindberg there, who we have known as a basketball coach for years and years. But Paul's done a really nice job with the Bremerton program, and the original roster we got from them was probably 3/4 this size, and he's made sure that all the freshmen, everybody's recognized on this particular roster, because the season depends upon them. They may not play that much, but they are a scout team. They're working the same, just as hard as those other guys out there.
And it's the experience, too, of playing on a Friday night varsity football. They're on the sidelines having a great time.
3rd and 7 according to the board. 8 minutes, 17 seconds.
Bremerton is yet to throw the ball tonight. Am I correct?
You are not correct. They've been intercepted, in fact. Go to the first man through. And Olympic is able to stop them short of the first down. But as you said, I'm pretty sure we are in 4-down territory. Bremerton picked up about half of the distance.
Another timeout for Bremerton, which is a smart timeout, because you don't want anything, no mistakes to happen.
They've used up 2, 1 remaining. Olympic with all 3 of theirs left, and 8 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. This has been, as I think I expected, a little more offense than this, but when you have a Bremerton team that is using up clock like they're doing, it kind of just keeps the score down while taking up time.
And that's what you want to do. If you can run the ball and always be a threat, you're going to hold on to the ball. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Head coach for Olympic is Sal Cataves. James Manugide, I believe. Erwin Cataves, Mike Eddy, Kevin Smith, Perry Huff, Lance Perry, Julius Iffuring, J.D. Morey, and Ralph Goldzine.
Their AD, Nate Andrews. I've heard his voice up here a few times tonight.
He's been.
Oh, there's some movement.
And guess what? We had that big mistake.
Number 88 beating himself up. That is Caleb Peterson. He is like the one target that they use in the passing game. 25 receptions, 125 yards, and a...
Yeah. And he just looks like a tight end. He's got the build of the body there.
6 foot, 192. That is a very perfect build for a tight end. That makes it 4th and 9. They do have a man back to kick now.
Do I see a fake punt here? I'm going to guess.
It is blocked, picked up. That is Clayton Tallarico who got the punt, and I think that they've now got the ball in a slightly better position than if they had a changeover and down.
That play, it just took too long to develop. The punter got it really late, and it just too long to punt it.
Means 1st and 10 for Olympic in Bremerton territory at the 49. Pitch out to the outside man. He is able to bring it inside just enough for 3.5 yards. Malcolm DeWalt being the main carrier of the ball this evening.
Nice gain on the first down carry, 4 yards.
DeWalt comes out, Feisner goes in. Feisner, a sophomore. And Anthony Turso still behind center. Hands it off to the running back. The running back is able to go back and then forward. He has found a lane all the way to the 30. That is Trent Feisner.
So the big block on that play was number 11, Scott Ashcraft, with the key block to get that runner another down in the field about 10 more yards.
I thought he was going to be caught behind the line of scrimmage, but enough speed to take it to the outside and then go towards the goal post. 1st and 10 on their own, or on the Bremerton 30. Fake to the first man through, give it to the second man. That is number 21, Cameron Bailey.
Well, that was a great fake. Big run plays right now for Olympic. They found something with Bremerton's defense.
Several different weapons for this Olympic squad. Still with the run play, nice fake again. That's Tallarico down to the 4.
Boy,
Clayton, one
he
of the
was
captains.
through.
Yeah, that was
Man,
pretty.
that was just a huge hole.
The result of the play will be good for another Trojan.
That's first and goal on the 4-yard line.
Boy, great drive by Olympic right now.
5.5 minutes. This time Bremerton is there.
Great Trent Bison, the ball carrier. Tackle for a loss made.
A loss of about a yard.
Micah Shear with the tackle.
DeWalt back into the game.
And goal for the Trojans.
Olympic doing that fake, or doing the handoff and then faking the pass. I think they are setting it up for a little bit later. We are going to see where they don't do the handoff and the pass
play.
will be
I
open.
Yep, he's wide open.
And he makes a catch.
Yep. Almost the same play on their first touchdown for Olympic. Going against the grain from the left-hand side, wide open.
And that is number 10. I think Adam Johnson again with the catch.
Again, nobody within 5-6 yards of him. That's probably the hardest ball to catch, is when you're wide open, nobody's around you, and you just, okay, this is easy.
And again, a rollout against his, throwing that against his body, so that was a tough pass. Extra point is good. That will give Olympic a 14-6 lead, 4 minutes and 45 seconds left in this second quarter.
The key play on that drive was, the first play of the drive was the block kick. That was huge.
Olympic once again taking advantage of a turnover and getting it into the end zone. They didn't have to pass much, but the pass that they did was very effective.
You can almost see that coming when you had two wide receivers on the left-hand side, and then one came in motion, which made it single coverage for the receiver on the left-hand side.
Bremerton with 2 men back, number 9 and see who they are.
Looks like
9 is Hector Infante.
29, number 29.
That
Ryan
one's
Saylor.
29's Tony Garcia.
My fault. That's a great boot.
Got it at the 30, out to the 34.
Nice run back. Caught it on the bounce and gained another about 15 yards.
So that was actually number 8, Kilo Lagova.
That is where the Knights take over first down and 10.
Coach Terrio making some changes. Lagova having played a lot of quarterback this year, and now he has Abraham Parrish back there. We saw him put Lagova in for one set of downs, or at least one handoff.
You almost want to see Bremerton just get a good drive with 4 minutes to go in the first half.
This is a pass, number 8. Oh, just a little too far, looking for number 88, Caleb Peterson.
They had double coverage on Caleb there.
That would have had to have been a pinpoint pass. But a little bit of a surprise for them because that stops the clock.
Yeah, that opened it up though for Bremerton. Now they might.
Ooh, number 1 for Bremerton having some difficulties out there. Brock Chris.
Yep.
No, I think they're going to make him come off. They had to stop for that. That brings in Garcia as a receiver now.
I think he had just a nasty cramp in the back of his calf.
Second and 10. They're all the way out to the 44.
That was almost a busted play for Bremerton. It was not a very good snap, and they still gain about 9 yards on that play.
Tackle made by number 66, Ethan
Third
Keller.
and 1 with the ball on the 43. Parrish behind, he's in the shotgun. Hands it off. That's going to be enough for a first down.
Number 45.
That's number 45, Kaipo Ratomi.
That's a quick handoff on that, and he probably gained about 4 yards on the carry. Good first down.
The result of the play will be good for a night first down.
First and 10 on the 46.
Bremerton right now very patient. They're not in a hurry. Let the clock run.
Hands it off to Joyner. Joyner goes to the outside. He's found a lane, and he is still going. There's several Trojans bring him down, but not till he's at the 16 or 17-yard line.
I'm going to give credit where credit is due. Bremerton's offensive line had the big push on that. They were running with the runner, and they just pushed, and he got out and quick.
Nice tackle from behind. As I said, there were probably 3 different Trojans in on that. And they don't have to be in a big hurry. 3 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Joyner in motion. I think Parrish handed that off to the first guy through. That's Ratome again. There are a couple Ratomes on this Bremerton Knights team. Kimo being the sophomore. Then you have 45 Capo, and he is the junior, and then there is a senior, McCoy.
I love the quarterback, how he just handles the ball, the play fakes that he does. He fools me up here sometimes. Who's he going to hand the ball?
He still got it this time and brings it down to the 12-yard line.
I think that's his first run of the night. Second.
2 minutes and 4 seconds. There is no 2-minute stoppage of time here in high school football. He is able to hand that off. I didn't even think he could do it as he came by. Joyner has enough for the first down.
Another flag.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a part of tonight's homecoming court,
you are correct. There is a flag.
Right at the end of the play.
Down along the tracks, along the fence line.
A hold. called on Bremerton.
Tonight's homecoming court. Please make your way very carefully to the golf carts.
It is homecoming tonight for Olympic High School. Everybody's getting set.
Golf carts at a premium on homecoming night. There are tons. I've watched them bring them to these before. It's pretty crazy. So that's going to make it 3rd down and $10 from the 19.
With the way Bremerton's moving the ball, I don't think it's going to be a problem.
Joyner is stopped short.
Boy, that's a nice tackle by.
Oh, that might have been Parrish carrying that one.
Tackled shy of the first down. We have a timeout taken on the field by the Olympic Trojans.
Olympic calling timeout with 1:25 left, and 4th and 5. So obviously 4-down territory. We did watch their kicker make it from a distance when he was practicing, but we also saw them have trouble with their PAT. So we'll see what Coach Terrio decides. Coach Katavis bringing his guys over, explaining what he thinks is going to happen. Sometimes I think when the defensive team calls a timeout on these, it gives the offensive team the chance to actually formulate a plan, and it was kind of the Pete Carroll timeout against the Rams, which I think all of us would have called, but it certainly changed the way that game ended.
Everybody second guessed him, but he did the right thing. I think Bremerton's got a higher chance of scoring on the run and getting the first down than a field goal.
Coming out of the timeout, the Bremerton Knights have 4th down and 5.
All they need is a push.
No kicker out there, but they have a solid 5 yards they have to go. Lagova in as quarterback right now. Lagova gets it to
around
Joyner.
The edge, and he got fumble.
I don't know if they were going to call that a.
Ball's on the ground.
No.
I think the ground caused that fumble. He might have already been down. It's whether or not he had he had enough for the first down.
Great call by Bremerton.
Interesting that number 8 back in at quarterback. Minute 8, clock running. Oh, Lagova picks that up off the turf. He is going to take it to the 1.
Just to gain that yardage by him was absolutely impressive because I thought he was down in the backfield.
Well, he picked it up off the turf on that snap. A little bit of hurry up now, 37 seconds remaining. They have 1 timeout left. And off. And it is a touchdown. I saw the Bremerton guy call it, and then I checked for the guy in stripes.
Great drive by Bremerton, almost the end of the first half. 23 seconds go. That's perfect. And I imagine they're going to go for 2 on this.
Very impressive from where they started. And it was about the 35, and around 4 minutes left, and they're running the whole time. No fear or hurry up in it. Down on the ground again, and Olympic will retain their lead with that.
That might be a big play when it comes to almost the end of the game. It's like those 2 points.
Bremerton's got to be really happy with that little bit of a comeback right there. I'm sure they would have liked the 2-point conversion. They've proven that they can pretty much run over this Olympic team right now. But we are going to go into halftime unless something pretty spectacular happens here with 23 seconds remaining, with a 14-12 lead for the homecoming Olympic Trojans.
All you want to do for Bremerton is to prevent a rep back. So that means you kick it in the ground, you just cause grief in the backfield where they get the ball, and they can't run the ball out.
Pretty sure they must have the good hands team out there. That is number 7 back out there to kick. Zach Story. 3 men deep for Olympic. Another 3 at about the 30. Those 3 better be pretty skilled. That one is Ethan Katavis. We've seen his hands on an interception already. Story to kick with 23 seconds. Nice low boot. It bounces up. Olympic DeWalt with a chance. He's got a head of steam. He's moving. Makes it out to the 35-yard line. And 15 seconds on the clock.
Nice run back. He had to run a long way to gain about 15 yards on that kickoff.
Looked like what you feared might happen.
Yeah.
Needed about 1 more block and might have been all the way down there. See what Coach Katavis calls, if he's just going to take a knee and end this half. Still has it, and he's trying to get out of bounds. But
oh boy, the flag there.
That is for bullying him out of bounds.
Got to hold on to that ball. That ball was flying up in the air with his hand.
Penalty on the play.
That's going to be a personal foul against Bremerton. Late hit out of bounds.
Our man in the white hat coming this way to explain it to us. As you said, personal foul. That'll be 15 yards, which could set up for a possible Hail Mary here.
See if they put the receivers wide right, wide left.
We're going to test Terso's arm at this point.
And then Bremerton's going to have 3 defensive backs in the backfield. They're about 20 yards deep to prevent the long pass.
Junior Anthony Terso back there. He gets it to DeWalt, and DeWalt has thrown it before. He's a left-handed throw, intercepted. This could be trouble. This is Saylor coming back. Ryan Saylor.
Oh, big stick by Olympic.
And the time will run out. Seeing no yellow. Oh, wait, there is yellow, which means that it is not over.
Tackle on the return by number 57, Jonah Matuk. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first half here at Olympic Stadium.
Boy, that was a big tackle by Jonah.
Trojans, 14. Bremerton Knights.
I am figuring out what the what they did or did not call. So it's something against Bremerton, I think. And they are not accepting it, which will end, a chop block.
Yep.
And it's going to be decline, or they are going to play one more.
They get a free play.
Yeah, they declined it because they did not want Bremerton to have another play. It is officially halftime then, as our PA announcer is trying to convince everyone. The score 14-12 in favor of the Olympic Trojans. And we're going to be able to bring you that second half shortly.
We are going to open the festivities this evening. Oh boy. Assistant teams clear the field.
after that. Monday or Tuesday?
Monday.
Which one?
Welcome back to Silverdale Stadium. My name's Kitty Campagna and I'm with West Sound TV. I have Dave Ziesmer on the other microphone, Spencer Anderson running our computer and our camera, and I've forgotten to say a big thank you to the Kitsap Sun for live streaming this event. I think it's one of our few nights, and I don't want to say it now, that everything was up and running and our hotspot working, and we're pretty thrilled to have that work tonight, and we will bring you some more games as the year goes on. We know for sure next week it's going to be the same Olympic team up at North Kitsap, and then it looks as if North Kitsap will get a home game within the playoffs. So hopefully we'll be able to bring you that, and if there are any others following it. But we hate to ever end our football season, so we're pretty excited that tonight the Olympic Trojans lead the Bremerton Knights 14-12. Only a 2-point conversion that was missed separating these two teams. And it's almost a second half of play. Dave, what did you think about that first half?
This might be different sounding, but it's so competitive. When you're have playoff implications right now, everybody's playing so hard and spirited, and you want to win because this is huge for some of these teams in this area to go to the playoffs.
Olympics started out pretty slow this year and seen a lot of changes now. All that kickoff ends up out of bounds. So of course there is the little flag, but that just means that they will get the ball at the 35.
Yeah, number 7, Zach Story, when he kicked the ball, he just pooched it over actually on the ground, and it didn't go where he wanted to go. He just kind of just sat there and just stared at it.
Yeah, you could tell he wasn't real happy with the start. Olympic deferred in the first half, so that gives them the chance to start with the lead and with the leather. They are missing their junior quarterback, Zeke Gillick. He is hurt, but the junior Anthony Turso has come in and done a very nice job. He's done a lot of handing off, but he's also had some pass plays where he's had to do some pretty tough passes across the body.
And he hasn't really made any costly mistakes tonight.
No, he's done really well.
We have a false start for Olympic on the first play of the second half. Coaches never want to see that.
That will make it 1st and 15. I don't know how that didn't go back 5. They're on the 32. They started out at the 37, I guess.
Yep, that's correct, yep.
Pass out to the outside, but the Bremerton defender right there, and he is joined by a second one.
Hector Infante with the tackle. He just stayed with his receiver the whole time.
Johnson's other 2 catches were touchdowns, so that one not as successful.
Loss of 2.
Second and 17 from the 30. Man in motion. Turso fakes it. Oh, he does give the handoff. That is to Darrell White. Finds the outside corner, finally taken out of bounds. And he's brought down by Saylor. All the way out to the 49-yard line, not quite into Knight territory.
I think they put him in the, I think he stepped out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Still a first down, though. A nice run.
And Saylor did take him down fairly hard. Yeah. You could tell he was going to try to help him up, but it's one of those where, no, man, I didn't mean that.
Yeah, that's a great no call by the referee. There was no intent on that tackle. 1st
and 10. Man in motion. That one is Malcolm DeWalt. Gives it to the man coming in from the backfield. And that is 21, Cameron Bailey.
Name we've called tonight a lot, Ryan Saylor with the tackle. He's everywhere tonight on the field.
Well, Saylor is a weapon on offense and a great player on defense. He has 24 tackles on the year added to that total tonight. Johnson out to the right. He's been one of the main weapons in the air game for Terso. Again, gives it to the second guy through, but Bremerton ready, and you pointed out that number 60 has been busy tonight. He's just a sophomore, Derek Collins.
Yeah, great tackle by Gage Mole of Bremerton. 5'8", 145 pounds.
You look at some of these weights and you just go, how can they be playing football? But it's a lot of the determination, and it is technique as well.
And mentally tough. You've got to have this to play football.
2nd and 12 for the Trojans. Keeps the ball, finds a receiver. He came out of nowhere. That's Malcolm DeWalt going out of bounds at the 17.
Malcolm DeWalt.
There were 2 receivers in the area, and suddenly DeWalt came free, and Terso found him.
I saw that too, where the 2 receivers and about 4 defenders, and nice pass. Olympic has opened up a little bit in the start of the second half. Big gains on these downs.
Here they are in the red zone already with 10 minutes and 3 seconds left here in the third quarter. And it around the outside, that is Darrell White.
Darrell White, ball carrier. Push out of bounds by number 25, Ryan Saylor. Number 8, Kilo Lugova.
Brings it down to the, looks like they have it on the 9-yard line.
Nice run to get him around his left. Gain of 6 yards, and he was pulled down, trying to pull down, and he stayed up out of bounds.
With the distance he was going to the left, it was hard to tell how much forward he had gone. Second guy through, it's DeWalt, and all the way for the end zone. That was pretty, and the cross run, very nice, opened up.
Little shifty run there. I thought the Anthony Terso tonight, and on this series of downs, played well from the quarterback position.
This puts Olympic up 20-12. Their kicker has been successful twice on his extra points. Joshua Kennedy, the sophomore, and unsuccessful on that one.
That just did not get off the ground on that kick.
In quarter number 3, the Olympic Trojans 20.
That could be rather important again. That's only an 8-point lead.
Yeah, touchdown and 2-point conversion.
So at 9:48, we have a 20-12 lead. Olympic comes out at the after halftime, and whatever they discussed, as you said, they are opening up the game with a few more pass plays, move right down the field and score, but unable to put across that PAT.
Big gains on first and second down on that drive, and it was amazing just how wide open it was just to get down the field.
Well, I liked the way he was using a couple different people, both DeWalt and White, and they're almost interchangeable with their speed, but they both have very different skills as they get out there.
Yeah, who's the ball going to go to when their quarterback is handing off? Who's it going to go to? Nice job faking the handoff and going to the right guy.
Now the question is, can the Olympic defense stop the Bremerton run? They've not had a whole lot of success tonight doing that. Mainly, they've had a couple turnovers that have helped out. And that will be Joshua Kennedy with the kickoff. Bremerton with 2 men back. It's been Lagova and Garcia in the past. That is a long kick. One with the receiver and the other going ahead to block. Some good blocking up ahead, brings it out to the 38-yard line.
When you get a high boot like that and a special teams covering, they can get down the field, but he had a nice gain of about 30 on the run back.
I think that was number 29, Tony Garcia, with the run back. At halftime, we got a couple scores. I know that North Kitsap was trouncing PA. It was 43-0 at the time. Klahowya up 20-6 over Port Townsend. The Bainbridge score had 19-15 for Bainbridge over West Seattle, but there were some changes happening. And then South Kitsap scored, trailing Olympia 17-7.
Rashid joining with the carry, a 5-yard run for Bremerton.
5-yard gain on the play. That'll bring up second down and 5.
Second and 5 on the 43. Closing in on Trojan territory. Abraham Parrish. And that is enough, almost enough for a first down, I believe. That is Joyner again.
Tackle made by number 21, Cameron Bailey.
Brought down by Cameron Bailey.
It's a nice tackle by Cameron. First down, though.
Man in the white hat says it's a first down.
He gave him a first down for the Knights.
Not a lot of measuring in high school football. It is,
No.
they eye it, and you just go by what those guys in the stripes say.
I'm surprised there wasn't a measurement on that. I didn't think he made it. We're right above it.
First and 10 on the 48. 8.5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Nice pickup. That's going to go to number 45, Kaipo Ratome. And I thought he was down. And
Yeah. Oh, he just kept his legs moving. He should have been down. That's a big missed tackle there.
Well, he comes in at 6 foot, 170 pounds, and uses every bit of that to keep going. Equipment repair, I think it's also known as tying your shoe.
Yeah.
Called a short official's timeout while he does that. Restarting the clock. Bremerton now in Olympic territory. First man through, but herd of Olympic Trojans in there.
Last 2 plays for Olympic, their defensive line has got a big push up front. Now it's a big 3rd down and 5. I would think that if Bremerton doesn't make this on this, it's 4-down territory.
Caleb Peterson looking confused as to where he's supposed to be. Decides on the left side. .25 was able to get that ball. Now he's got to run all the way down to the 33. That is Ryan Saylor.
That play just from the start did not look like it was going to gain any yardage.
Well, that was a mishandled snap.
Yep.
It almost became a wildcat because it pretty much went directly to Saylor. And Saylor, being the athlete that he is, catches it and makes a big play out of it.
That's just great running ability by Saylor. 1st and 10, Bremerton on the 33-yard line of Olympic. Man in motion.
Hands it off to number 2, Joyner. Closing in on another first down. They just continue to eat up yardage in this running game.
It's a great drive by Bremerton right now. And they're not small runs, they're large runs.
Well, both of these teams come in 2-2 in league, looking for their third win, which would give them a really good chance at either that third or fourth playoff spot. The other teams in the running are the 2-2 Port Angeles team and the 1-3 North Mason team. Whoa, that was a play by number 6. That is the quarterback with the score, Abraham Parrish.
Come here, ball. I need you.
You wouldn't have thought he could have maintained momentum, but he did. That was a beautiful run by Parrish.
In the air, grabbing the ball and just having the wherewithal to get around the edge and find the hole. That's impressive. And they're going to go for 2 to tie this thing up.
Getting a play from the sideline, called in by Coach Terrio. Not had a lot of success with their point after attempts, either 1 or 2 yet. Man in motion. Olympic is back there, and look, Parrish is going to take that without a problem. Nice block on the outside corner.
Rashid Joyner with the key block. We got a ball game.
I would say when you're looking at 20-20, that is a ball game.
Could be tonight. Who has the ball last?
We have our teams. I find it quite interesting that one is blue and white and the other is white and blue. So contrast of those things, but it is just 2 teams who are playing extremely hard, running against passing, although Olympic's done a very good job on their running game. They've mixed it up pretty well. Bremerton really hasn't had to. They're able to push right through that the Olympic team. Olympic tightening up and then Bremerton finding the holes.
Well, the offensive line for Bremerton, you don't give them enough credit sometimes, but they're the reason why Bremerton's got all these rushing yards tonight.
So with 5 minutes, 58 seconds remaining in the third quarter, we are all tied up. It's as if we've not played any football at all. Number 7, Zach Story with the kickoff. I'm sure he'll try to correct from that one that went out of bounds. Maybe not. Picked up by an up man. Nice job by number 25, Taylor Andrews.
Taylor Andrews on the return, tackle made by number 85, Gabe Mole.
He is out of bounds at about the 39-yard line. Good field position for this Olympic team.
Gabe Mole with the tackle. Number 85. Just 145 pounds. We've called his name many times tonight. He's pretty intense out there.
Well, the gentleman who caught that actually is a defensive leader for Olympic in that he has the most tackles on the year with 59. Taylor Andrews. Some use of the tail of the jersey to bring down Malcolm DeWalt.
Luke Torres with the tackle, just grabbing the jersey. 210 pounds. Good stop for Bremerton on first down.
There's no gain, which will make it 2nd and 10 for the Trojans. They're on their own 40. Go to the outside. That is Darrell White. He's just possibly short of that first down. We'll have to see where they mark it.
That's pretty close.
And where the actual marker is once the chain gang comes up again.
He didn't get it. It's going to be 3rd and 1.
Yep. That pass to the outside has been pretty successful. They haven't tried a whole lot downfield, but haven't had to.
They have completed all their passes to the right side on those little screens. They're not kind of a bubble screen.
Enough for a first. Whoa. No wonder why he was going to go. They heard whistles down there.
Well, it's going to be a false start on number 10 of Olympic. He moved. Adam Johnston just moved just a little early.
That'll put him back 5 yards, which certainly if you're Coach Katavis, that is not what you're looking for.
Still third down.
This Olympic team, very much an up and down year. They've had some great opportunities, some things that you expected them to win. They were way ahead of North Mason. North Mason came back and won that one 51-47, but then they came out and beat Port Angeles 55-6. Lost to Squim, not a big surprise this year, but this game's so important for them. Terso keeps it. If he didn't get it far enough, his man was wide open, and the interception by number 8. That is Kilo Lilagova.
Adam Terso just didn't look like he wanted to throw, and then he did throw at the last second, and it just wasn't there.
Well, it was there. It had to be farther.
Yeah.
Because Darrell White was open, but he wasn't able to set in having to roll out on that side. Turnover with 4:52 here on the clock in the third quarter. And Saylor with the ball goes to the outside. He decides to turn it up in the inside. He's got it all the way down to the Olympic 38. Actually, I think they're going to set it closer to the 40.
I didn't see who the block was, but there was a key block from one of the running backs who just kept his arms out and just kept pushing and pushing and pushing to get him loose.
Plus a great decision by Saylor to cut it up, because it looked like that was supposed to go all the way to the outside, and he determined there was an opening, and he went upfield for several yards. Again, a nice first down for Bremerton. Quarterback keeps it, Parrish with it. First guy in, number 54, Josiah Williams.
That was impressive. Came from behind and grabbed him. 5'9", 231-pound outside linebacker. That's offensive line, defensive line. Sorry about that.
Loss of 1, 2nd and 11. Again, Bremerton being very patient, trusting in what they have going. That time, 54 again. Josiah Williams in the backfield, almost before the ball.
Second straight loss on the play. That'll bring up third down.
Josiah, he's got some kind of a wrist protection. I don't know if he's got a cast on, a padded cast on his right arm.
3rd and 12. Bremerton going backwards, not the way they want to go, but the way the Olympic Trojans want them. Looks like Parrish has an outside lane. He's going all the way down to the 21.
Guess who was leading the pack on that blocking was Saylor. Big block by Saylor.
Parrish adding to his, he had 6 carries in the first half, and he's done a lot of damage this second half. First half, Joyner came away with over 106 yards rushing. Stats thanks to George Edgar to my side. Handoff, have some good blocks to open it up. 44 brings him down, Michael Manuel.
That's great running. Joyner is that little shifty running back that can just move one way and go to the other. We have a hold.
We have a holding call going against the Bremerton Knights.
So we hear all the calls up here. We have on one side our Bremerton people, and on our other side the Olympic people, and Each of them are always calling things, which is a lot of fun.
And not always agree on the calls.
No, exactly.
It's actually been pretty calm tonight.
It has been very calm. Man in the white hat, Rob Schauger calling the hold. That will move Bremerton back another 10.
I'm going to say tonight was, with all the penalties we've had, they haven't been part of the game because they're still gaining big yardage on all the penalties, and they haven't been really a problem tonight for either team.
Makes it first and more like 18 to go. But again, plenty of downs for Bremerton to pick this up. Second man through is met by several Trojans.
Number 45,
Ratome again with the carry.
That was Olympic defensive line. There was nothing there to even get through.
Yeah, I don't think any of those options was going to get something that time. That is tough to handle. Not too much of that RPO, so that leaves things with fewer options for Bremerton. They have not passed very often tonight. Parrish moves his running back to the left, hands it off to Saylor, but there is a Trojan meeting him on the 30.
Ryan Saylor, tackle for a loss by number 2, Darrell White.
Darrell White with a tackle, another one of them sure tackles.
Third down and long.
This is really a huge third down for Bremerton because no field goal if you're fourth down.
No, there's not going to be.
Really a big down right here for this game. Because it's almost the fourth quarter.
20-20. We think of White as such an offensive threat. We forget that he comes into this game with 30 tackles. So many of these guys playing both ways and playing hard both ways. 3rd and 17. Actual pass. Oh, that was going to be Johnson with the interception, and it goes right through his hands. If that pass had been down a little bit, his own receiver might have gotten it, but he still really didn't have enough for the first down yet.
They're going to go for it. 4th and 17. But they better get the ball or the play called because it's...
Someone is down.
Tying his shoe.
Tying his shoe again.
Boy, that just gave Bremerton some time.
We're going to give these guys Velcro shoes after this evening. 38 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Finds his receiver. He's got his man beat, and he tries, but it is just too far.
Just by maybe a yard.
And a turnover on downs with 30 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
That's a gutsy call on that one. 4th and 17.
That will give Olympic the ball at the 28-yard line. First down. 30 seconds left in this quarter and another 12 minutes in the fourth. Tied up 20-20.
Third quarter moves quite along this quarter.
Olympic was moving the ball nicely till they had the turnover this last time. This is Darrell White with some speed on the outside. He is brought down by Lagova. Oh, that was DeWalt. And all the way to the 40.
Kelly Lagova, nice job. He just stayed with him, great run. And I actually thought he was going to run out of bounds, and he kept his poise and stayed in the bounds.
Rewound the clock. It's running.
Boy, big run.
Hands it off to Darrell White this time, and he is taken down out of bounds.
Darrell White on the run.
Nice
Must
stiff
not have
arm
been
by
out of
Darrell.
bounds because the clock's going to run out.
And that'll bring us to the end of quarter number 3.
So 3/4 of play.
Trojans all knotted
It's
up
as if
20.
we have not even started. It's not 0-0, but it is tied. Olympic Trojans 20, Bremerton Knights 20. Fourth quarter and possibly the last to have it that will decide it. Three quarters done, and here it is, the fourth quarter at Silverdale Stadium on a, as I said, just a gorgeous fall evening. October 16th? What day is this? No, 19th.
It's the 19th.
How's the 19th? I've lost track of all time, absolutely. Tied 20-20, Olympic with the ball, and they are driving. Second down and 10. Looking for his receiver, Darrell White, overthrows him. Darrell was open. And you know that Terso's not happy with himself.
He was wide open, nobody near him.
And Darrell's one of those, if you can get him the ball, he is a playmaker. Homecoming crowd trying to encourage their team. We had a great halftime performance by the Olympic High Band. Paul Williams is their director. We had the golf carts with the whole homecoming court, and just a lot of excitement here at Silverdale Stadium.
Key third down play right here, 3rd and 10.
He is going down.
Anthony Terso sacked on the play.
Nice pursuit by number 60,
Derek Collins.
Derek Collins.
That makes it, I think, 4th down all the way back there.
It's a big stop for Bremerton.
Seemed to be some conversations. I did not see a flag, but delay of game on Olympic. I don't think it was on the play itself. Maybe something they did after, like not giving the ball to the referee. I'm not sure what that was. Because had it been before that play started, they would have blown the whistles. Conversations being had.
I'm trying to watch the referee's mechanic, and this one's taken a while.
I have no idea what's happening. Can we get a radio call?
There
There is no flag on the play. We will have 4th down.
no flag on the play, and it is 4th down. Olympic trying to change their personnel.
Plenty of time.
I'm pretty sure they're going to have to start counting who's out there. That was massive sea changes.
That's a great boot.
Takes a little bit of a Bremerton bounce, but it is a great kick. It is down at the 10-yard line. So that's where Bremerton is going to start their first drive here in the fourth quarter.
You'd like to see Bremerton right now get this long drive. We also have a flag down, I just saw.
Oh, you are correct.
I'm going to guess it's a block in the back, maybe.
We'll see what Rob Schauger says to us, our man in the white hat. Neither team seems to know what's going to happen next. Face mask on the receiving team. That will only be half the distance to the goal line, or it might be from where the face mask occurred.
That's a tough call because there was no run back.
Yeah, but they are very aware of what's happening. And that will go down to the 5-yard line, so half the distance. Actually, they have it on the 6, I think.
Huge penalty against Bremerton. Olympic can get a stop. That'll give them great field position.
Coming through the middle. Nobody saw him. Sneaking.
Nice tackle by Taylor Andrews.
Joyner getting 7 yards out of that. That's a huge surge, getting them away from the end zone. Out to the 14. Still 10.5 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Did the fake pass, but that run is enough to get him out for a first down.
Boy, he got quick. He was so quick on that play. He got through with a burst of speed there.
They have like 3 different people go around their quarterback, so you got to guess which one is getting it. It's somewhat reminiscent of the Clahalia total huddle that would be out there trying to make you figure out who had the ball. First man through has it on the outside. That's Joyner getting another 10 yards out of that.
He's had a big game tonight, Mr. Joyner.
Over 100 yards in the first half. He came in here with 812 yards. Is, I'm sure, trying to get at least 1,000 on the year.
That would be special. And again, Bremerton controlling the clock.
Joyner's at 18 carries, 140 yards now.
We've got a whistle.
Whistle on the field. Back judge coming to talk to the... Oh, I think we have to...
I think they...
change the clock. And we are doing the international hand signals for what time he needs to put it up.
Huh. Whoever saw that, it was a nice job.
I think that's your back judge's job, making sure he takes care of all the time issues out there. And now they can start the clock, because they do stop it when they're moving the chains. 1st and 10 on the 29. Bremerton's gotten themselves out of that little hole. They have the handoff to Saylor. Saylor looking for the block on the outside. He's got it. He's jumped someone, and he's to the 42.
Ryan Saylor, the ball carrier, pushed out of bounds by number 25, Taylor Andrews. 13-yard gain.
Actually, closer to the 43.
I couldn't see who that lead block was for Bremerton, but it was a nice block. He kept Saylor running for another 10 yards.
Bremerton just not fazed by the fact that they started at the 5. This is a Also a team that has kind of had some ups and downs this year. So both these teams trying to peak at the right time. Here comes Saylor up the middle. They're trying to bring him down. It took two Trojans. That was Johnson with the tackle.
And he tried to grab Saylor, an arm trying to pull the ball out, and Saylor just didn't. He held on dear life with that ball.
Down into Olympic territory once again. 1st and 10 on the 26-yard line.
What a great drive for Bremerton.
Just so many holes opened up by that offensive line. And that is Joyner going on the outside. He's got an opening and taken down by a couple Trojans.
That's a huge hit, but Joyner comes up clapping his hands. I'll tell you what an exciting player to watch. He was going to go inside, then he shifted to the outside, gained another 10 yards after that.
Well, we talked about Saylor's yards. He's over 150 now, and not Saylor, Joyner is, but Saylor has 151 on the night. So you combine those, over 300 yards, and that's not even counting the quarterback and a couple others.
Which player is going to go over 1,000? Joyner, I hope he hits 1,000 tonight. It'll be exciting.
Coming through the middle, and Saylor with a couple more yards. That was 1st down and goal to go. It is 2nd down, goal to go on the 4 now. Saylor had only about 252 yards coming into this, so he's going to bring that up to over 400. It's really nice when you can share the load like they have, and that way Olympic just doesn't know who to key on.
This is about a 4.5-minute drive so far for Bremerton.
This is Joyner coming through the middle. Close to that end zone, but no arms up yet.
Joyner down to the 1-yard line.
3rd down and 1, also known as goal to go. These guys started out at the 5. This could be a 95-yard drive.
Huge play right here because it's 3rd and goal with 1 yard.
The go. Oh.
Oh.
That is.
Oh, my word.
A flag into the mess. That was number 6, Parrish, ended up on his knees.
Yeah, everybody up here is wondering what happened. Who's the call going to be on?
Again, our referees discussing this. George is giving us symbols up here. We'll see if he's right. We'll wait and have Rob Schauger show us. And that is going to go against Olympic, a personal foul.
Personal foul against the Trojans.
Which will give them another first. This should be an automatic 1st down.
Maybe half the distance to the goal.
And timeout. Oh, it is 4th down. That is, there are not automatic 1st downs with that. Okay.
Yeah, because half the distance. Still a big down for Olympic if they can stop them.
So that will be 4th, and it looks like 3 yards to go. And that timeout, it didn't show. I believe it was Bremerton who called it.
So we had a 3rd and 1. It turned into a 4th and 3 because the ball players slipped on the turf at about the 6-yard line or somewhere. And then they went half the distance to the goal.
But I would have thought, I heard someone else up here say, aren't all personal fouls automatic first downs? It doesn't look like it. So big decision. Were not successful with their one kick. This would be no more than an extra point. It would give them a lead if they were able to put a kick through right now.
Actually, scoreboard says 4th and 3, but it's really closer to 2 yards.
A timeout was taken by Bremer in their first of the half. They've got 2 remaining.
And 7 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter.
This would be a big stop if Olympic can stop Bremerton right now.
Man in motion. Gives it to number 2.
He's in.
And it is a touchdown. Wow. Bremerton able to score with 7:13 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Key blocking for the Bremerton Knights. Offensive line, big push. Get Joyner in the end zone for a 2-yard touchdown run.
Score at 26-20. We're going to see what it would have looked like if they had tried for the field goal right now.
This is huge. This is a big kick for Bremerton.
Brings it down. Oh, that was it. All credit to that holder. That was incredible.
He hadn't had the ball yet, and the kicker started his motion.
That is Aiden Harvey with the kick to make that. He's just a freshman to give them a 7-point lead. But it is the holder who brought that down and didn't lose his hand in the process. Wow. So the tide has turned, but Olympic has moved the ball really well. They just haven't done it. Completed it in the second half. They had a 14-12 lead. Oh, they did. They did score in the first, on their very first drive. They had a 9-yard run by DeWalt to make it 20-12. But Bremerton tied it up, and now Bremerton scored again, and Olympic is going to see if they can answer with over 7 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter.
But they started about the 4 or 5 yard line?
Yes.
That was about a 6-minute drive. That took a lot of time off that clock. I know 7 minutes is a long time, but you got to score. Olympic has to score on this drive.
They have not been able to stop Bremerton, so you really are correct. If they don't score, they could be in trouble.
Yeah.
Kickoff is Zach Story, the senior, 5'10", 148 pounds. Been kicking to the right side each time. See if that's still kind of what they have planned. One of those where you then have to decide if you are a receiver down there, should I catch it or just hope it goes out of bounds?
Yeah, Bremerton hasn't kicked it deep yet tonight.
This time he goes to the other side, and it takes a nasty bounce, but that is Katavis hauling it in. Nice job by Ethan, the sophomore.
Those squib kicks are scary stuff. You just don't know where the ball is going to come up on you.
So here we are on the game of the week for the Kitsap Sun live stream. We definitely are bringing you a classic and hoping that you will get to see all of it tonight. I think they're trying to send up signals to the clock again.
7:03.
Resetting the clock to 7:03, I think. 7:08, in fact. Well, that clock doesn't start till the receiver touches it, so that was part of why they put some back. Here goes Malcolm DeWalt, and he's already brought it into Bremerton territory, out at the 42-yard line.
went around the left-hand side. He gained about 25 yards on that play.
He would be one of those people you call a playmaker. You know that Coach Katavis wants to get it in the hands of DeWalt or White, and Johnson's the one he's been getting it into his arms over in the end zone.
Boy, that's a big run on the first play of the drive for Olympic.
Great confidence for this Trojan team coming into this. Gives it off to the first man through. I believe that's DeWalt again. Not a lot of yardage. Two on the plus side.
Yeah, number 88, Caleb Peterson with the tackle. Comes up from the bottom of the pile.
2nd and 8 on the 40. Terso continues back in the shotgun. Goes outside, running a reverse. That was a nice block on the outside, but it's been red. We'll see if he gets extreme.
Oh my!
That is number 10 taking it to the house. Adam Johnson.
That was the play of the night. That was an incredible play.
I thought they had him behind the line of scrimmage, and he just fought through it.
Man, that was an incredible play.
That it took a little over a minute.
Yeah, that was.
That was a great run by Johnson. I thought that Bremerton had it snipped out, which they did. They read that it was the reverse, but Johnson able to get away. That is his 3rd touchdown on the night. 2 on the passing. 1 running. And the whistle blows. We've gotten rather used to that.
That was Johnson all the way. He did it almost all himself. There was a key block towards the end zone. Big kick here for Olympic right now.
Put down and through. We are tied once again. 27-27.
And the back and forth affair continues with 6:03 left in the 4th quarter.
Well, 6-minute drive for Bremerton, and then about a minute drive for Olympic.
That is the answer that if you're a coach, you go, well, maybe that was too fast, but you want to score. You want to answer. And the crowd just loving it.
All the players are telling everybody to get up. That's high school football.
Fairly good-sized crowd over on the Bremerton side as well. A whole complement of cheerleaders. Not too far to come up here to Silverdale Stadium. Beautiful Silverdale Stadium with the turf that has made it so good here in the Pacific Northwest. We've not had a lot of rain this year during the football season. I believe that will come to an end next Friday for sure, yeah. But at 6 minutes, 3 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter, we are all tied up 27-27. Number 9, Joshua Kennedy out there to kick. Band's extremely excited, so is the band. We have Lagova back and Garcia again.
Bremerton just needs to hold on to the ball, get the nice drive. And I think they can do this.
Kick by Kennedy. Oh, something of an onside, but the good hands people up front able to get it, and that's 40 at the 42.
That's number 30, Gary Trujillo Cole on the return.
Number 10, Carl
Reyes
with the really a great catch in the air to just catch that ball and find something out of nothing.
Interesting call by Coach Kitavis. It's not like Bremerton's had huge run backs. They've started at about the 35 every time. This is that much farther ahead at the 43, 1st and 10.
Yeah, great field position for Bremerton.
That is Saylor, but we see a flag coming down after he is brought down by Malcolm DeWalt.
Oh, I didn't see anything on that play. Hold.
We have a holding against the Knights.
That will move Bremerton back even further. Pretty sure they'll want to take that, although that will be a repeat of first down if they do.
Well, they lost about 4 yards. I would decline it.
Conversations again. There's a hold, and they are going to accept the penalty. Must be from the point of where the hold happened, so it had to have been at the 40.
Yep.
It is 1st and 23, maybe? Yes, 1st and 23 on the 30.
That's a big penalty for Bremerton.
Still Parrish with the ball. That's Lagova with the ball. When they switch our 8 and 6, I don't always catch it. So I fortunately have George beside me telling me who's running.
Got to use your blockers on that play there. That
2nd and probably 17, or more like 16. That time he hands off to number 2, but no, I don't know if Lagova fell, and he's getting up. He looks okay.
That's scary because he just kind of went down by himself.
Might be one of those where you run into your running back.
Huge play here, 3rd and 15 on the 38-yard line for Bremerton. They have to get a first down, otherwise they going to have to punt the ball.
5 minutes still remaining here in the 4th quarter. Gives it to the guy coming from the right. He does not get the first down, but he gains quite a bit back up to the 48. That was Taylor Andrews with the tackle. You might recognize that last name. I believe Mr. Nate Andrews. I think that is his son,
yes,
from what I heard. The AD here at Olympic High School. And Bremerton's going to go for it.
A motion.
It doesn't matter. They are ready for Saylor. That is number 25, Taylor Andrews, stopping number 25, Ryan Saylor. Olympic will get the ball back in Bremerton territory. 4 minutes and 12 seconds remaining here in the 4th quarter. Our score is tied, 27-27, and Olympic with a prime opportunity to take the lead.
I am so surprised at that call. 4th and 8 on your Bremerton side of the ball. This could be big.
Well, that doesn't show a whole lot of trust in your defense, or maybe it does, in that if they thought that if they let them get the ball back, they can stop them. That is number 21 flying through there. Cameron Bailey.
Tackle made by number 50, McCoy Ratome.
Cuts the distance in half with a 5-yard run. It is 2nd and 5 from the 40.
Well,
and not their 40, but the Bremerton 40.
This is an Olympics game. If they can control the ball with 3:48 in the game,
Olympic looking to have a happy homecoming, that's for sure. 21 with, he is stuffed by number 50. McCoy Ratome.
No gain on the play.
That was a great stick.
Down 4 for the Trojans.
Pretty sure he'll feel that one still tomorrow. Now we have a timeout but from the official.
We have an official stoppage.
I think it was an equipment problem again.
Yeah, they're checking his helmet, number 50's helmet. The man with the stick.
Restart the clock, 3:09 remaining.
It's a big third down play right here, 3rd and 3.
This could be the season for either of these two teams. They win this game, it should set them up for that one of either the 3rd or 4th position, and they can make the playoffs. The loser is not necessarily out, but the winner has a much better chance. It's a timeout here, and we'll just remind you that we are West Sound TV, an all-volunteer organization that we are working with the Kitsap Sun to live stream the game of the week every Friday night. We've been doing that for several years now. And coming to the end of the season, just one more regular season game left next weekend, next Friday, and then hopefully some playoff games, and who knows if it'll involve any of the teams we see tonight. I have Dave Ziesmer on my side. A lot of the work getting here and all the equipment sent to us via Sheldon Parr, which is really huge for us. I'm learning some of the things that he does, and he does way too much for us, so we really appreciate that. We have Spencer Anderson running our camera, and I tell you, we love his camera work. I go back and look at these games and just marvel at how he's able to follow the ball. And also, we love the fact that he's keeping our live stream going tonight. And I am Kitty Campagna on this particular microphone. I am the producer of the event, which means that I do all kinds of paperwork just because we love doing this so much.
And I'm very thankful for Kitty to do all this paperwork.
3rd and 3. The ball goes out to DeWalt. He has definitely got a first down, knows that he ought to just get out of bounds. He's got what he needs and keeps the drive alive.
That was a great timeout by Olympic. They knew they had to get the first down. Good call on that play.
Getting it to DeWalt is always a good move. He's not been stopped behind the line too often, and he's just got such speed. I think there were possibilities he could have gone farther with that, but it's one of those where let's be smart, let's get the first down, and then move from there. Ball to the second man through. He's all the way up to the 26-yard line, maybe even all the way to the 25.
Gage Mole with the tackle. He's listed at 5'8", 145 pounds. He doesn't play at 145 pounds. He's tough.
Clock keeps running, 2:18. Bremerton knows if they don't stop him, they could be in some big trouble. There won't be a lot of time left for them to come back. This time DeWalt is stopped for, that's actually not a loss. He got a lot further up than I thought.
Caleb Peterson with the stop. That's almost a saving tackle.
Tackle made by number 6, Abraham Harris.
It's now 3rd and about 2.
Yeah, ball's on about the 23. They have to get to the 21.
There's almost time to move, time to get going. A little urgency now for Olympic to get the ball.
We know that a field goal is not a sure thing around here. This time he's went to Cameron Bailey. Bailey's got his first down. He's trying to go a little bit farther. He has spun his way to the 10-yard line.
Wow. That was... There were 3 and 4 guys on him trying to bring him down, and that's just plain tough running.
There wasn't a whole lot of a hole to start with,
Yeah.
but he had enough for his first down, and he just kept going. Clock starts running again, 1:08. 1st and 9 to go, which means into the end zone.
And Olympic has already used one timeout this half, so they have 2 left.
They have plenty of time to make this happen, especially with those 2 timeouts. And I think Bremerton's calling the timeout.
That'll be a timeout
I am correct.
by the Knights. That'll be their second yard timeout and a half. They've got 1 remaining.
Coach is coming out to the team, not making them come to the sideline, having conversations with them on the field. This is huge.
Well, you've got 49 seconds to go. You've got actually a great kicker in Olympic. He's really kicked his extra points really well tonight and far and deep. So you don't almost have to worry about that, because 49 seconds is not much time, because you got 1st and 9.
Well, on the year, he has not attempted many field goals. He's 1 of 3. His longest is from 27. That doesn't mean he can't kick further. You may not have had that opportunity, but he might have it tonight. Tied up 27-27. 49 seconds remaining. Olympic with the ball. It is 1st and 9, which means 1st and goal to go. That is, that doesn't help either. Nice hard count by Terso, brings across a Knight.
That'll be offside against the Knights.
That is
Half the distance to the goal.
half the distance to the goal.
Yeah, he knows what he did.
Well, at this point, Bremerton knows that they have to get into the backfield that in order to stop them. And so you're just a little over excited about that. Terso sends his man in motion. Gives it, that is Darrell White. And that is a 4-yard touchdown run. With 41 ticks left on the clock.
That's just a great run around the left-hand side. You had to beat the man to the corner of the end zone.
Anybody slower than Darrell White?
Yeah.
That he has such speed. These guys are track stars to go with the other skills they have.
What an exciting Olympic High side of the field. They're so pumped up now. Everybody in the booth up here.
One more point, and it is solid. A full 7-point lead for Olympic. What a game, Dave. We have had exchanges of leads throughout the night, and we said it might come down to the team with the ball last. But with 41 seconds and the Bremerton style of play, boy, it's going to be awfully tough to change the outcome right now.
Bremerton hasn't shown tonight that they can pass the ball, and now they're going to really have to pass the ball.
They only have 1 timeout left, and we will see what Olympic's plan is on the kick. Obviously, we talked about before where you don't want to have that big run back on the kick. It might just even behoove you to kick it out of bounds, because that puts it at the 35.
Or the old squib kick right down the middle.
It's awfully tough to pick up off that turf and go.
Because you really have no momentum when you're picking up those kicks.
"41 seconds of anticipation here. The Olympic crowd so excited. Loving that comeback. A beautiful drive there. And enhanced by that hard count by Terso that brought them 4 yards closer to the end zone. Joshua Kennedy with the kick. It's picked up by the man in the back.
Got some
And
blocks.
he's got an outside line. He is flying. He's up to the 50. That's Garcia. Giving Bremerton one last hope with 31 seconds.
He took that ball about the 15 to 20 yard line. About a 45-yard run back for Bremerton. Huge run back.
Lagova in front of him giving that first block, and then they went from there.
And Bremerton has 2 timeouts left too.
They have one timeout left.
Okay.
Man in motion. He's got the blocking. He's got to find someone to pass to. That's Lagova. Oh. Brought down.
Number 66, Ethan Keller.
That was Ethan Keller with the takedown. And that final timeout of the Knights with 20 seconds left.
Nowhere to go with that ball. Nobody's open, and you're just running for your life right now.
You know, you always say, well, get rid of it, but you got to be careful because you could have set up an interception extremely easily, and you have to get it past that line of scrimmage or it's going to be intentional grounding. They're telling us now we have a timeout by Bremerton.
And when you're being chased all over the field, you're trying to get some type of footwork to throw the ball, and he had no footwork there to even throw a ball.
And Lagova's been in and out of this game. He's only passed for 230 yards and a couple TDs this year, but that is kind of the only game they have now.
Deep. It's a false start by the entire left side.
He's got it deep, and neat. Darrell White, who goes down. Oh, that actually is DeWalt again. I cannot read my 1s and 2s. Oh, and a flag on the play. Another flag on the play. Probably excessive celebration, but they certainly have a right to. Smart move by DeWalt. Catch it, go down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a valiant effort by Bremerton.
Against.
That will move the ball back, but certainly they're just going to take a knee. It doesn't matter where it is on the field at this point.
As a coach, you probably say, okay, take the penalty. It's one of those, not going to hurt us.
You have to appreciate the enthusiasm. These guys have played so hard, and they know how important this is. The next game that Olympic is playing is against North Kitsap, and they are trying to say they can compete. This Bremerton will play Squim, and that's going to be really tough. And North Mason versus PA is going to help decide that 4th place. And slowly, 6, 5, 4, we are counting down to victory for Olympic High School on their homecoming night. 34-27 over the extremely valiant Bremerton Knights. Dave, what a game.
For Olympic homecoming tonight, exciting, but Bremerton played well. I was really impressed with the Knights' run game. Over 300, probably 350 yards,
at
maybe
least.
By both running. That's impressive for a high school team.
You know, this was a battle that we knew that both these teams understood the implications. So exciting to be part of it. Thank you to the Kitsap Sun for putting us here. Thank you to Spencer Anderson for doing camera and computer. Thank you, Dave, for being that voice
great.
on the other microphone. And I am Kitty Campagna from West Sound TV. We are bringing your community to you.